Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are looking at a really fascinating shift where, we're kind of finally moving past the era of just AI as a tool.
Right, like a fancy spell checker or a chatbot you just poke for quick answers.
Exactly. We are actually entering the era of the digital partner, which is a massive distinction for you to keep in mind as we go through this.
It really is. We aren't just looking at static software anymore. We are looking at proactive entities.
Uh,
And we have this 2026 research report today that connects three very different players.
Yeah, the report covers AgentForge.Tech, the Czech AI Lab, and this really interesting high school education project at SBS.
And the common thread connecting them is, well, it's totally surprising. It's all about how a mix of Gen Z engineering power and old school corporate executive experience is solving the biggest bottleneck in AI adoption.
Trust, which businesses just do not have with AI right now.
Companies definitely have the technology, but they just don't trust it. That is where Michael Dedetchik comes in. He is the architect behind this new framework, but his background is not what you would expect.
Right, I was looking into this, and he is not your typical 20-year-old Silicon Valley coder. He is actually a former CEO. He managed breweries and media groups, and he even handled a $70 million asset sale to Anheuser-Busch.
Which means he treats AI with what he calls CFO-grade auditability. He knows a business owner doesn't care about the Python code. They care about liability and reliability.
And profit, obviously. Which brings us to his kitchen versus restaurant philosophy.
Yeah, he basically separates the process from the product. The kitchen is the AI lab where the Gen Z engineers operate, doing these rapid 14-day sprints and breaking things with raw Python coding.
But the client never sees the kitchen. They only see the restaurant, which serves this polished zero-risk product.
It perfectly bridges the gap between wild innovation and corporate safety. And to guarantee that safety, they realized a single AI model was just not enough. It is way too prone to errors.
So they built an AI council instead. It is a multi-agent system where instead of one brain, you have a digital board of directors.
Right, so you've got Claude Opus acting as the chief strategy officer for the big picture, and Gemini as the technical architect.
And then Manus is the autonomous executor actually performing the tasks. And they don't just output text to you, they literally debate each other.
They simulate a board meeting and correct each other's code before the human ever even sees the result. It creates a system of checks and balances to kill hallucinations.
Speaking of reliability, let's pivot to those students at SPIS Escalipa. They are tackling AI amnesia.
The classic problem where you close the chat window and the AI forgets you exist because large language models just have no long-term memory.
But these high schoolers built a workaround called the externalized hippocampus. They essentially use Claude Opus to generate a daily log of every single interaction in their student Slack channel.
Who did what? Project goals, roadblocks, and they save it all to a standard Google Drive. So it is creating a hard copy of its own memory.
And before the next session, the AI reads that log. It downloads the context, so it isn't a blank slate anymore. It actually remembers the students.
That is a huge step toward a persistent digital coworker. But they are also teaching these models to be way less chatty with the distroclean.a challenge.
Where they take a messy client email and force the AI to convert it into pure, clean JSON code.
And the catch is, the AI is not allowed to say anything polite. If it adds a single word like, here's your file, the system completely breaks.
They use a 5-layer prompting method called the AI stack to define the role, task, constraints, format, and give a one-shot example.
It forces the AI to be a deterministic engine instead of a buddy, and they actually built a tool called Stella that does this in the wild.
Connecting AI agents to standard telephone lines via Twilio, so anyone can call a regular phone number and speak to an AI in fluent Czech, German, or English.
It totally bridges the digital divide for older generations who won't use apps. And it garnered global attention, too, with Texas A&M University reaching out to them.
It really proves regional students are operating at a global research level. The barrier to entry has completely collapsed here.
We are officially moving from playing with chatbots to building determinist, accountable AI employees.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to mull over. If high school students are already building AI systems that possess long-term memory, strictly follow orders, and autonomously negotiate business data, how long until your digital partner knows your job better than you do?